welcome to the night class. Today we're going to do a quick review over the first four lessons of Chapter 6. You will have a test on this Tuesday. When you having a test? Tuesday. All right? Tuesday you're having a test.
Leave the door open.
So, here we go. The first five problems, you're just putting it in your calculator. Okay? So I'm going to make sure we all know how to put this in our calculator. We go to our calculator and we type in negative 125, and then for that little exponent, we're going to use the little button right below the clear, okay? Exponent, and to make a fraction, you can do this one of two ways, okay? You can either just say 1 divided by 3, okay? Or you can say alpha y equals enter, and it will actually look like a fraction. So however you want to do it, it gives you the same answer, okay?
-5.
And then you hit what? Enter.
-5.
-5. Okay? Now, very important. If you see parentheses, you put parentheses. If you don't see parentheses, you don't put parentheses. Yes, sir.
Number 6 is also with 1 through 5.
Oh, it sure is. Thank you. So yeah, we're going to use our calculator on 1 through 6. I'm not sure why I don't know why they made 10 its own little section there. Anyway, all right. Number 2, parentheses, -32 to what power? 6/5 power. So 6 divided by 5. Notice, I'm putting parentheses here because there's parentheses on the paper. Everybody see that? Okay? Hit enter. 64.
I was right.
Okay? We're going over these kind of fast, but kind of slow too. Right, number 3, 8 to what power?
1.
The 0 power. Now technically you shouldn't even have to put this one in your calculator because anything to the 0 power is 1.
I
Very
said it
good.
first.
Okay?
Batman.
Number 4, 7 to the -1 power.
That's a lot.
Do not, I repeat, do not write that big long decimal. Hit math, enter, and write down 1/7. Okay?
It doesn't do that for me. I put math into it.
Did you type that in?
Yeah.
Okay, that's why. Did you type that in?
What do you
Do 7 to the -1 power.
And then this, I was like, Coach, what does spawn in
indicator?
Real.
I feel really
Sir?
good sitting here.
Y'all listen.
Hey, Coach, you got any more staples?
I do. What you need staples for?
This was coming apart, and I was trying to staple it, and it was out.
5. Okay, number 5 says the cubed root of -729. Where is the cubed root at?
Math,
Math.
and you go down to 4.
It's the 4th one down. Okay, anything more than the cube root, if it's like the 4th root or 5th root or 6th root, you're going to go to that one that's the x root right there. Everybody see that? Okay, so hit enter.
Are you sure?
-729. Enter. -9 is my answer.
I'm pretty sure.
All right.
Well, we got you, guys.
Last one with the numbers 64 to the 1/3 power. 1 divided by 3 power is 4. Any questions on the first 6? Okay. You can use your calculator on all 6 of them. So that's 6 out of, I think there's 30. Yeah. 6 out of 30 is just plugging in your calculator. Probably more than that, but the first 6 are just calculators. Everybody know how to get to the parts on the calculator.
Now I do.
All right. Number 7. Let me go back to my paper here. Where is it? I guess it's this one. There we go.
You have another packet?
Did you not get one?
I was in the bathroom.
Number 7. We just talked about it a minute ago. Anything to the 0 power is 1. So 6 or 7 is 1. Here, s to the 0 is what? 1, so it kind of just cancels. Okay. What do we do with this negative exponent to make it positive?
Bring it down.
Move it to the bottom. Do we move the 4 to the bottom?
No.
It's negative,
No, you don't move negative
but it's
numbers.
not an exponent. Very good. It is just good old number 4. Okay? So number 4 divided by r to the 8th power. And you leave it like that. Okay? Any questions?
No question.
All right. Number 9. Everything has what kind of exponent?
No.
A negative. So we switch everything around. So the s to the 10th comes to the top. The 8 squared and the r to the 8th goes to the bottom. One more step. What is 8 squared? 64. Don't leave it as 8 squared. Write down 64. So s to the 10th over 64 r to the 8th. That is your answer. Okay? Number 10. X to the 0 is
1.
1.
Cancel out.
Okay? Everything else has a what?
Negative. So it goes
A
to the
negative exponent. So it goes to the bottom. Watch what I'm about to do here. Okay? That negative 1 that's understood to be in front of that 6, it stays. Okay? So it's negative, let's see here, y to the negative 4, or positive 4, excuse me. Okay. Divided by 6 to the 2nd power times 2 z to the 6th power. Okay? I did not move the negative, and I did not move the 2. Everybody understand why I didn't move those? Okay? They don't have negatives with them. Okay? The 2 doesn't, and the negative, and again, like I said, negative 6 is really negative 1 times 6. Is everybody understanding that? Okay? All right? And now we simplify here. So that's going to stay negative y to the 4th on top over something z to the 6th. What is 6 squared times 2? 36. 6 squared times 2. 6 squared is 36. What's 6 squared times 2? 72. Okay? That would be your final answer right there. And as always, if by chance we don't quite get finished, we got I gave you the answers on the sheet, okay, on the back. So you don't need to finish what we don't finish, but hopefully we'll finish. We still got 30 minutes, so I think we're going to. Everybody good on 1 through 10? All thumbs up? Awesome. All right. 11. Now we're starting to use our exponent rules here. Okay, our properties. When you're multiplying like bases, what do you do with the exponents? Add. So that is just b to the 11th power. Okay? Any questions about that? On 12, we are taking a power to another power. What do we do with the powers then? Multiply. So that will be x to the negative 45th power. I don't want to leave my exponent as negative, so what do? I move it to the bottom. It would be 1 over x to the 45th power.
Oh,
that is your final answer.
Can you just write that?
Yeah, if you want. You mean skip the middle one?
Yes.
Yes, you can, if you realize it. Everybody good on 12? Okay. 13. We got all kind of stuff going on. We're going to do the top first. So we're multiplying like bases. Well, so what do we do with the exponents? Add. 9 plus 8 is 17 divided by y to the 4th. Now we're dividing, so we subtract the exponents. That would be y to the 13th power. 17 minus 4 is 13. Everybody good on 13? Awesome. 14. Everything in there is going to what power? The 6th power. So in your calculator, you need to type -2 to the 6th. Now notice, -2 is inside what? Parentheses. So make sure in your calculator you put -2 inside parentheses. Okay? What do you get when you 60 positive 64 or negative 64? Positive. Okay? Positive 64 m to the 6th. And that's it. Okay?
Same thing with 15.
Well, but what do we need to do first on 15? Move them to the bottom. Both. Because they're both being taken to the -4 power. So that would be 1 over 3t to the 4th power. And now you put 3 to the 4th power in your calculator. I believe that's 81. Is that, check me?
Yep.
81 t to the 4th.
I got a question.
Sir.
Oh, never mind. I got it.
Very good. Okay. 16. Everything in here is going to the what? 2nd power. So -m to the 2nd power is positive m squared. Because you have a negative to an even power, the negative's going to what? It's going to go away. Negative times a negative is a positive. All right? Over, what's 5 times 5? 25. Can you simplify that any further?
Not sure.
Nope. Okay. Everything on 17 is going to what power? The 3rd power. So, not 5 times 3, but 5 to the 3rd power. What is 5 times 5 times 5? 125. And then now we're back to having a power to a power. So what do we do with the powers? Multiply. 12 or d to the 12th power. Right? that was a good sneeze, whoever was doing that.
Please go through the door and check out.
All right. Everybody good on 17?
Yes, sir.
18. I'm going to go ahead. Everything is going to what power? The -4. So I'm going to flip everything and make that 4 a what?
Positive.
A positive. Okay, so 5m to the 5th over 2 to the +4 power. Now notice, did I mess with the signs inside?
No.
No, because I'm really just flipping it for the outside.
Oh, you flipped it.
You got me? Okay? And now we can do what we need to do. 5 to the 4th. What is 5 to the 4th?
625.
625.
Big number. Mm-hmm.
M to what power?
20th.
The 20th power. Power to a power. We multiply the exponents. Over 2 to the 4th. 16. And to my knowledge, 625 and 16 do not reduce.
Are you sure about that?
No, I'm not sure. So you're more than welcome to put it in your calculator if you want to check. But I'm pretty sure. I'm like 95% sure. I'll tell you a quick way I can make sure. Look. Nope. That's what they got in the back. All right. Everybody good on 11 through 18?
Yes, sir.
All right. 19, 20, and 21. I got more good news. You just got to put them in your calculator. Okay? But, very important, you got to put them in the calculator correctly. Okay? So, they're saying find the real nth root or roots. See, it has S in parentheses. So, can you have more than one, possibly?
One of them's going to have.
Yes, you can have possibly more than one. Okay? So here, we're taking the what root? The cubed root of 729. That's what you write down, and that's what you put in the calculator. Okay?
9.
9,
Yes, sir.
cubed root.
How do you put it in the calculator?
You hit math
Math, go to
and
the
scroll
fifth.
down to the one that's the cubed root. I believe it's the fourth one down. Is that right?
The fourth one,
Okay.
but I went to the fifth one.
You can also go to the fifth one and just type in 3. Okay? 20. What root?
Fourth.
Fourth root of 81. What is the fourth root of 81? 3. However, we talked about this when we did the lesson. It's an even root, so you can have positive or what? Or negative. You have to put your plus or minus, or if you just want to say 3 and -3 separately, that's okay too.
You do that weird plus thing.
You do that plus or minus, correct.
Hey, it didn't work. I put math, and then I pushed the X2 little button, and it worked. No, I said it right here.
You don't wash your hair.
All right. 21, last one in this section.
Not enough.
No real nice
Square root
Error.
of -49. Can you take an even root of a negative number?
No.
No. So this one,
No real numbers.
no real answer. No, what did they? How did they? No real nth root is what they say. Okay.
Not real.
No real nth root. Or you can just put not real. That makes it a lot simpler. I like your way better. Not real. Okay. Not real. For imaginary bonus points, what do we call something that's not real? See, I used it. See, you see what I did there? Y'all caught it. Sid caught it. I said for imaginary bonus points. What do we call not real numbers? Okay. All right. 20. Man, if y'all should do really good on this test.
9, 6.
What's evaluate mean? Plug it in.
Plug it in and do it.
Okay.
9.
Plug in. So all you have to do here is take x and plug it in. Y equals 3 squared. What is that? Now, Trinity, it's 9. She's been saying 9 for like the last 5 minutes, and I finally want her to, and I call her by the wrong name. All right. 23. F of 2 equals, again, -4 parentheses 4 to the 2 power.
-64.
As long as you put it in your calculator the way you have it written down, it will be right. Okay? Wherever you see negatives, put negatives. Wherever you see parentheses, put parentheses. Everybody with me? Okay? We do get negative, what'd you say?
64.
-64 is correct. Okay? I did not realize -64 was so funny. Hilarious. F of 9/7 equals 1/2 times 128 in parentheses to the 9/7 power. 256 is correct.
Thank you.
Alright, I mean, whatever.
Any questions on 22, 23, and 24?
Very
Again, it's just putting it in your calculator after you write it down correctly, okay? Make sure you write it down correctly.
I just got
That's fine. Everybody good?
Decay.
All right, 25. This is what we just got finished doing today, okay? Exponential growth or decay, identify the rate of change. Is that growing or decaying?
Decay.
It's less than 1, okay? So it is a decay. How much less than 1 is it?
15.
You get 0.15, right? So what percent would that be? 15%. That is your R. R equals. Okay? Everybody good? 26. Everybody got 25?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can always go back later if I need to. 26, decay or growth?
Growth is 40%.
That is growth. This one's a little harder. Okay, it is 40%. Okay, but how did we get there? Well, how much bigger than 1 is 7/5? 2/5. It's 2/5 bigger than 1. 2/5 as a decimal is 0.4, which is 40% as a percent. Everybody got it? All right. 27, 28, 29. We just have to what? Rewrite the function to determine whether it represents exponential growth or exponential decay. So here, I'm going to change m over t equals 2 times, this is the part that's changing. This is t over 3. Okay, this is probably the hardest question because you got to do a lot of finagling here. T over 3 is the same as 1/3 times t. Everybody follow that?
Mm-hmm.
Where do I put that 1/3? Inside the parentheses with the 1.8. So 1.18 to the 1/3 power to the t power. And now you can simplify what is 1.8 to 1.18 to the 1/3 power. 1.18 to the 1/3 power. I got 1.0. I'm just going to round to the nearest hundredth. Okay. Let's see what they did in the back. What did they round to on the back? Yeah, they did the same thing. 1.06. Now you can tell, is that growth or decay? That is growth.
You can already tell it was growth.
But sometimes, look, sometimes, Katrina, it might, and you too, it might look like it's growing, but after you move that thing, it might not be growing anymore. Okay? So that was just, it happened to work on that one. Okay? Here, what are we going to do with this 6? Move it in. So that's going to be 2 times 1.1 to the 6th to the t power. Okay? So, what is 1.1 to the 6th power? 1.77. So 2 times 1.77 to the t power.
It's also growth.
That is going to be growth as well.
Same with the next one.
All right. Now, the last one, do we need to worry about moving it? We don't. Okay, remember, when it's plus or minus, you don't have to move it. It says to, but you don't have to. It's going to be the same exact 1.07. Okay? So is that growth? That is growth. Okay? And last but not least, we have one little compounded property problem. Okay? So y equals, I'm going to write it down here just in case people need it at home. Y equals the principal times 1 plus r over n to the n times t power. Okay? One more time. The letters represent. P is the principal. R is your rate. N is how many times your what?
It goes in.
How many times it's being what?
Compounded.
Compounded. And T still represents time. Okay? So how much? What's our P in this problem?
2,800.
2,800. So Y equals 2,800 times 1 plus, what's our rate? Just 1%. So it's 0.01 divided by, it says it's compounding semi-annually. So how many times does that mean? Twice. So over 2 times t power. And all you have to do is simplify the parentheses. Okay? What is 1 plus 0.01 divided by 2
Return this in today.
equals 1.005 to the 2t power. Let's check and see if we got it right.
It is.
We got it right. Any questions? Hold on one second. All right. I hope this video helps you do your review at home. Have a great day. See you next time. And as always, stay above the line.